Welcome to the podcast, where a passion meets purpose and limits are challenged. I'm your host, Eleonora Gendelman. Let's start bending reality. In the past month, I have received daily, at least 3 times a day, a question. You changed. What's your secret? What is the secret for your glow? In this episode, I am sharing my secret, a method that makes attraction work. How many times have you tried to create what you want? How many times have you set goals, made vision boards, repeated affirmations, and still felt stuck in the same place? This isn't about wishing harder or wanting more intensely. It's not about struggling through yet another method that promises results but leaves you feeling more frustrated. This is about tapping into a natural law that has always existed, that has always been available to you. When you understand this technique, everything changes. You change. The gap between wanting something and having it collapses. The waiting period shortens. The struggle vanishes. What was once difficult becomes effortless. What was once far away comes immediately within reach. The reason most people struggle with attraction is they are operating from the wrong state. They are trying to attract new things while remaining the same person. They keep repeating the same thoughts, feelings, the same emotions, and taking the same actions. Yet somehow they expect different results. Consider how most people approach change. They say, when I have this thing, then I will feel good. When I achieve this goal, then I will be happy. When I experience this situation, then I will be satisfied. They are postponing their elevated emotions until some future point when external conditions match their desire. But that is backward. They place the power outside of them in some future moment dependent on external circumstances, aligning perfectly with their wishes. What if instead you could feel the elevated emotions associated with your desire right now before any external evidence exists? What if you could become the person who already has what you want in this present moment? What if the secret to instant attraction is not about getting something new, but becoming someone new? This is where the technique comes in, the ability to place your attention on possibility rather than reality, to generate emotion based on thought alone, to shift your state of being without needing external permission. This technique allows you to collapse time and space, bringing future possibilities into present reality through the power of your consciousness alone. The present moment is where all power is. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but now, right now in this moment. You have access to infinite potential. The present is where creation happens. It's the only place where change is possible. The past is memory, the future is imagination. But the present is the point of power. Most people miss the fundamental truth. They are either dwelling on the past regrets or anxiously anticipating future outcomes. They are everywhere except here. Now, in this moment where the creative power exists, when you are fully present, something remarkable happens. You step out of the automatic programming of your past. You interrupt the endless loop of familiar thoughts, predictable emotions, and repetitive behaviors. You create a gap between stimulus and response, a space where new choices become possible. Presence allows you to observe reality rather than react to it. What you have been calling reality is actually just a pattern of energy and information that you have become accustomed to. It is not fixed. It is not permanent. It is not even solid. It's simply a habit of perception that can be changed. Think about water. Water can exist as solid ice, flowing liquid, or invisible vapor. All the same substance in different states. Your reality functions the same way. What seems solid and unchangeable is actually fluid and responsive to your state of being. The present moment is where you access this fluidity. It's where you find the leverage to change your state of being. It's where you implement the technique that makes attraction work. Most approaches to manifestation keep you trapped in time, working in the present to create something in the future. But what if you could step outside of linear time altogether? What if you could access a dimension where what you want already exists, where you have already become the person who has it? That dimension exists. It's accessible through the present moment. It's available whenever you're willing to place your full attention. Now, in this instant of awareness that contains all possibilities is where you're truly present. Energy is the foundation of everything. Your thoughts are energy. Your emotions are energy. Your body is energy. The things you want to attract are energy. All of it exists in a field of potential waiting to be organized by your attention and intention. Energy flows where attention goes. This isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a fundamental principle of creation. What you place your attention on grows stronger in your experience. What you withdraw your attention from fades and diminishes. Most people place their attention on what they do not want, what they fear, what they're trying to avoid or escape. Then they wonder why those very things keep showing up in their lives. They do not realize they are using the technique in reverse. They are instantly attracting what they do not want by focusing their energy on it. Intention directs energy towards specific outcomes. When your intention is clear, focused, and emotionally charged, it organizes the field of energy around you into patterns that match your internal state. Your intention arranges possibilities into probabilities and probabilities into experiences. The quality of your intention matters. If your intention is infused with doubt, fear, or attachment to outcomes, the signal you send becomes mixed and confused. The results you attract reflect this confusion. That's why clarity of intention is essential. But intention alone isn't enough. Energy without emotion is like a car without fuel. It has potential for movement but lacks the power to go anywhere. Emotion is the fuel that propels intention into manifestation. It's the energetic signature that transforms thoughts into things. When you generate elevated emotions, love, joy, gratitude, wonder, you change your energetic frequency. You literally begin broadcasting a different signal into the field of possibilities. And since like attracts like, you start drawing to yourself experiences, opportunities, and circumstances that match your new frequency. This is where most people get stuck. They try to feel good about possibilities while constantly checking their current reality for evidence. When they don't see immediate proof, they abandon their elevated state and return to familiar emotions of frustration, impatience, or doubt. The technique requires you to maintain your elevated state, independent of external conditions. It asks you to trust the process so completely that you no longer need constant reassurance from your environment. It demands that you become so clear in your intention and so certain in your emotion that physical reality has no choice but to conform to your inner state. Energy and attention work together to create your experience. Together, they form the foundation of the technique that makes attraction work. For this technique to work, you must break free from old patterns that keep you locked in familiar reality. These patterns, habits of thought, emotions, and behaviors create grooves in your nervous system that automatically direct your energy along established pathways. Think about your morning routine. You probably follow the same sequence of actions day after day, often without conscious awareness. You brush your teeth the same way, drive the same route to work, react to situations with the same emotional responses. These patterns become so ingrained that they feel like just the way things are, rather than choices you are making. The same phenomenon happens with your thoughts and beliefs. You think the same thoughts about yourself day after day. You interpret events through the same belief filters. You tell yourself the same stories about what's possible or impossible for someone like you. These mental and emotional habits create your personal reality field, the range of experiences that feel normal and acceptable to you. Anything outside this field feels uncomfortable, impossible, or not like me. This is why many people struggle to create significant changes. Their habitual patterns keep pulling them back to familiar territory. Breaking these patterns requires awareness, intention, and repetition. First, you must become aware of the automatic thoughts and emotions that currently define your reality. You can't change what you don't see. You can't change what you don't notice. You can't change what you are not aware of. Next, you must interrupt these patterns with conscious intention. When you catch yourself thinking a limiting thought or feeling a familiar emotion that doesn't serve your new vision, pause, take a breath, create space between stimulus and response. In that space, choose again. Choose a thought that aligns with possibility rather than limitation. Choose an emotion that feels expansive rather than contractive. Choose a new response that opens doors rather than closes them. Then repeat this process until the new pattern becomes more familiar than the old one. Repetition is essential because you are literally creating new neural pathways, new ways for energy to flow through your system. This breaking of old patterns is part of the technique and process. Without it, your habitual ways of being will continue to create the same reality you've always experienced. You'll keep attracting what you've always attracted because you'll keep being who you've always been. The good news is that patterns can be changed. Your past does not have to determine your future. Your habits do not have to control your destiny. With consistent practice, you can break free from old patterns and establish new ones that support the reality you wish to create. Now, let's talk about the technique that makes attraction work. The technique is this: act as if what you want is already yours. Live from the end result now. Become, in this present moment, the person who already has what you desire. This is not pretending. It's not about fooling yourself or others. It's about recognizing a fundamental truth that your external reality always eventually conforms to your internal state of being. By changing your state first, before any external evidence exists, you set in motion forces that must bring your outer world into alignment with your inner world. When you act as if you step into a new state of being, you think the thoughts, feel the emotions, and make the choices of the person who already has what you want. You live from that place of fulfillment and completion, rather than from lack and wanting. Instead of waiting for external conditions to change so you can feel different, you change how you feel first. And that new state of being attracts corresponding external conditions. Think about how much time and energy you spend trying to manipulate external circumstances to get what you want. You work harder, network more, strategize better, all in an effort to arrange physical reality in ways that will hopefully make you feel how you want to feel. But what if you could feel that way first? What if you could generate the state of being that you are seeking without needing permission from your environment? What if you could become the cause rather than the effect? That's what acting as if allows you to do. It puts you in the driver's seat of creation. It gives you access to the technique that makes attraction work because you are no longer waiting for anything. You are being it now. This technique requires courage and commitment. It asks you to stand in a truth that your senses can't yet verify. It demands that you trust the inner knowing more than outer appearance. It insists that you value your vision over your current circumstances. Living from the end result means making choices based on where you're going, not where you have been. It means responding to situations as the person you are becoming, not the person you have been. It means holding steady in your new state even when everything around you suggests nothing has changed. This is the art of causing effect, rather than being at the effect of causes. It's the practice of generating reality from consciousness rather than reacting to reality with consciousness. It's the technique that allows you to collapse time and space, bringing future possibilities into present through the power of your state of being. How do you implement this technique in practical terms? Let me share the steps that will allow you to put this method into action right away. First, clarify exactly what you want to create. Be specific about the experience, situation, or circumstances you desire. Write it down in present tense, as if it's already happening. Instead of, I want financial abundance, write, I am financially abundant. Money flows to me easily and frequently. I have more than enough for my needs and desires. Next, identify the state of being that corresponds with having what you want. How would you feel if this desire was already fulfilled? What emotions would you experience? How would you carry yourself? What thoughts would occupy your mind? What would your energy be like? This step is important because you're not trying to attract the thing itself. You are attracting the state of being that the thing represents to you. When you get clear on this state, you can generate it directly without needing the external object or circumstance as permission. Now, create a daily practice of embodying the state of being. Set aside time each day, ideally in the morning. Close your eyes and imagine yourself already living the reality you desire. See it in vivid detail. Feel the emotions associated with it. Notice the thoughts that arise in this new state as you practice. Allow these feelings to intensify. Let them fill your body. You can also invite gentle movements into your body. This is what my personal practice looks like. Notice where you feel them, in your chest, your stomach, your throat. Let the energy of these elevated emotions flow through you, changing your biochemistry, altering your frequency, transforming your state of being. This daily practice is so important. But it's only the beginning. The real work comes in maintaining the state as you move through your day, interact with others, and face situations that might normally pull you back into old patterns. You might feel like you are in between two realities. When challenges arise, and they will, pause. Remember your new state of being. Ask yourself, how would the version of me who already has what I desire respond to the situation? Then act from that place. Rather than reacting from habit, make choices that align with your new reality. even if they feel unfamiliar or uncomfortable at first. If you are creating financial abundance, make decisions from a place of sufficiency rather than scarcity. If you are creating a loving relationship, interact with others from a place of love and openness rather than need and attachment. The words you use reflect and reinforce your state of being. Speak as if what you want is already yours. Think thoughts that support your new reality. Tell stories that align with where you're going rather than where you have been. Practice gratitude for what you are creating even before you see physical evidence of it. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrational states and powerfully attracts corresponding experiences. Thank the universe for bringing you what you desire as if it is already done. Feel the gratitude in every cell of your body. Detach from when and how your desire will manifest. This is perhaps the most challenging aspect of the technique, but it is so important. Attachment to timing and the how things will manifest creates resistance that blocks the natural flow of manifestation. Trust that the universe knows the perfect timing and the perfect way to bring your desire into form. Finally, take inspired action. As you maintain your new state of being, you'll begin to receive intuitive nudges, synchronicities, opportunities, and creative ideas. Act on them. They are the universe responding to your new frequency, guiding you towards the physical manifestation of your desire. These implementation steps create a powerful framework for using the manifesting technique. The technique itself is very simple. Act as if what you want is already yours. The complexity comes in maintaining this new state consistently enough to allow manifestation to occur. As you practice this, you will encounter obstacles. These challenges are not signs that the method doesn't work. They are opportunities to strengthen your new state of being and break free from old patterns. Every time you feel doubt, ask yourself, how can I show up even more as the version of myself I want to become? How can I double down? How can I believe even more? How can I feel the emotion even more intensely? How can I visualize my future and my future self with even more detail? One common obstacle is doubt. When you don't see immediate results in your external reality, your mind may question whether the technique is working. Trust me, it is working. It is so working. It is working. Do not even waste your energy on asking this question. Just believe that it's working. It is working. You create what you believe in. It is working. I tried it. It is working. However, this doubt creates interference in your signal, diluting the clarity of your intention and weakening the power of your manifestation. Remember that doubt is just a thought, not a truth. When doubt arises, notice it without judgment. Do not fight against it or try to suppress it. Simply observe it as an old pattern of thinking that no longer serves you. Then gently return to your new state of being, reinforcing the thoughts and emotions that align with your desire. Another obstacle is impatience. In a world of instant gratification, we've been conditioned to expect immediate results. When manifestation takes longer than anticipated, impatience can lead to frustration, anger, or eventually giving up on the process altogether. Patience doesn't mean passive waiting. It means actively maintaining your new state regardless of time constraints. Patience is very active. Patience means showing up consistently. It is patient creation. It means trusting the process so completely that you are willing to persist without external validation. It means understanding that some manifestations require a reorganization of energy and circumstances that unfolds in divine timing rather than human scheduling. Fear often arises as you step into new territory. Your comfort zone exists for a reason. It feels safe because it's familiar. When you begin living from a new state of being, you are venturing beyond that familiar territory, and fear is a natural response. See fear as a sign that it is working rather than a stop sign. It indicates you're moving in a direction of growth. When fear appears, acknowledge it. Thank it for trying to protect you. Then remind yourself that growth requires stepping into the unknown and continue moving towards your new state. Comparison is another obstacle that can derail your practice. Looking at others who seem to manifest effortlessly while you struggle can trigger feelings of unworthiness, not enoughness, or resentment. Remember that each person's manifestation journey is unique. The timing, method, and challenges vary based on individual patterns and purposes. Focus on your own process. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. Every moment you maintain your new state of being is a victory. Every time you choose possibility over limitation, you strengthen your manifestation muscle. Every time you choose to be the creator instead of the victim of the circumstance, you are winning. Every instance of choosing again, when you've slipped into old patterns, build your capacity for sustained transformation. When applying this technique in real-world situations, consistency is key. You won't be perfect, especially at first. You'll have moments of falling back into old patterns. This is not failure, it's part of the process. When I was changing my diet, of course, my brain and body was craving the foods and the amounts I used to eat. It's just a habit. It is normal. Your brain and body is just being efficient and wants the usual sensations and emotions until you reprogram what it wants. What matters is your willingness to notice when you've slipped and choose again. Start with small, everyday situations. Practice maintaining your new state of being. When there is traffic, when someone is rude to you, when plans fall through. These circumstances provide perfect opportunities to strengthen your ability to choose your state, rather than react to conditions. Ask yourself, I wonder how it's working out for me. A couple of weeks ago, I dropped 20 kilograms on my foot, and my first thought was, I am curious to see how this is working out for me. Because I have done the work. I knew that whatever is happening is always happening for me. I was very curious and I did learn my lessons, and I'm grateful for this experience. So, it is practice. It is reprogramming your brain to see everything as an opportunity, everything as if it always working out for you, because it always is. Do not give your power away to external circumstances. Do not see yourself as the victim. Do not give your power away. As you become more comfortable with the technique, apply it to larger areas of your life. Use it in your work, your relationships, your health practices. Notice how your interactions with others shift as you maintain a different state of being. Watch how opportunities align with your new frequency. Keep a journal of your experiences. Record moments when you successfully maintain your state despite challenging circumstances. Those are wins. Note synchronicities and manifestations that occur as you practice this. Journal serves as evidence of the technique working and encourages you to continue when you might feel doubt. And our brain loves evidence. The more evidence we have, the more the brain believes that it is working. So collect that evidence and filter everything as if it is working. This technique isn't about controlling external reality through force or will. It's about aligning your internal state with what you want to create. Then allowing the universal laws of energy and attraction to bring corresponding circumstances into your experience. Allowing. It's not about trying too hard, forcing, or manipulating. True allowing comes from deep trust that when you have changed your state of being, reality must follow. It comes from knowing that you don't have to figure out how your desire will manifest. You simply have to maintain the state that attracts it. As you practice, you'll begin noticing results. Sometimes these results appear as obvious manifestations that match your desire exactly. More often, they come as a series of smaller shifts, stepping stones leading towards your complete manifestation. Recognize and appreciate these signs along the way. Each synchronicity, each coincidence, each unexpected opportunity is confirmation that your new state of being is attracting corresponding circumstances. Acknowledging these signs strengthens your belief in the process and enhances your ability to maintain your state. You might find yourself meeting exactly the right person at exactly the right time. You might discover resources you didn't know existed. You might receive an insight that solves a problem you've been struggling with for years. You might notice patterns shifting in your relationships or work environment. All of these are signs that the technique is working. The results you can expect from consistently applying this technique extend far beyond manifesting specific desires. Yes, you'll attract circumstances, opportunities, and experiences that match your new state of being. But the greater benefit is who you become in the process. These internal changes create a ripple effect that touches every area of your existence, that touches everything around you, that touches so many people around you who will see your transformation, who will see your change, who will see your glow, who will see your unlimited potential. Your relationships improve because you're no longer seeking external validation or operating from emotional lack. Your work becomes more fulfilling because you're expressing your authentic state rather than conforming to expectations. Your health enhances because your biochemistry responds to your elevated emotional states. Most importantly, you develop the ability to create consciously rather than by default. Instead of reacting to life and getting whatever results those reactions produce, you proactively generate the states of being that attract what you truly desire. You become the author of your experience rather than a character reacting to a predetermined script. This is true freedom. This is freedom. Not just getting what you want, but becoming someone who naturally attracts what aligns with your highest vision. Not just changing your circumstances, but transforming your relationship with reality itself. Wow, I am just amazed because I know it is working. I felt it. I practiced it. It is working. It is fucking magical. The power has always been within you. The ability to change your state independent of external conditions has always been your birthright. The capacity to attract experiences that match your internal frequency has always been natural law. Now is the moment to reclaim your creative power. Now is the opportunity to implement this technique and to watch as the gap between desire and manifestation collapses. As you become the conscious creator you are always meant to be. Everything you need is available right now. Every resource required to implement this technique is already present within you. You don't need special training or unique talents or circumstances. You only need the willingness to try, the commitment to practice, and the courage to maintain your new state, even when everything around you suggests nothing has changed. Start today, start this moment. Choose a state of being that aligns with what you want to create. Feel it fully. Live from that place. Make choices consistent with that state. Speak words that reflect it. Think thoughts that reinforce it. Take actions inspired by it. Then watch as your reality transforms to match the new you that you have become. This is your moment. This is your power. The only question is, are you ready to become the person who already has everything you desire? Are you willing to live from the end result now? Are you prepared to act as if what you want is already yours? The universe is waiting for your answer. In just 2 minutes, you can shift your state using simple yet powerful tools like movement, breathwork, affirmations, and visualizations. Follow elevate.coaching, where I share my tools for quick state shifts and my practice to stay elevated. Your energy is your power, and you have the ability to elevate it anytime. If you're ready to go deeper into the process of recreating yourself and aligning with the life you truly want, book a free discovery call. Let's bridge the gap between where you are and where you are meant to be. Link you will find in the show notes. Don't miss out on yourself. If you found this episode valuable, please rate, review, and share with someone who would benefit as well. Thank you for choosing yourself, doing the work, and creating change. Keep living with purpose.